PSA and GameStop just teamed up to announce Power Packs, and it is going to potentially change the way card collecting goes forever. But I think there's even more to it than that, and we're going to talk about everything we're hearing and rip some packs in today's video. But first, here's your intro. So of course the big news is that PSA and GameStop have teamed up to do their own repack, and this seems to be the clear frontrunner of best repack service. They're called Power Packs, and you go to, it's hosted on GameStops.com, it's powerpacks.gamestop.com, but it is very clearly and heavily PSA branded as well. Of course, this comes just days after Sports Card Investor announced his PSA certified repacks, and I think this just blows it out of the water. Sorry, Jeff. Here's the homepage. If you click on Start Breaking, you get a message that we are in beta testing. But we do have a beta invite right here, so we're going to investigate that here in just a minute. First, though, I want to talk a little bit more about it. For example, let's look at the current chase cards. Got some big boy cards out there. We got a $15,000 Josh Allen White Sparkle PSA 10 rookie, some Pokemon stuff, which I know a lot of people are into. Tom Brady Downtown Black Pandora PSA 10. So many cool cards. But what I really want to do, let's just go podcast mode, and I just really want to talk about just some immediate off-the-dome thoughts. And I want to add that a lot of these thoughts stem from a chain that I read on X from Morgan Hatton. He had some really good points on this thread, so I want you to go check that out too. For one, I want to make sure everybody understands you're buying digital packs that have a physical card in them. I know that sounds kind of silly, but basically it's tokenized ownership. You're buying a pack, you're opening it, and then that card, whatever card is in the pack, is being stored in the PSA Vault. PSA Vault's, I think in Delaware, it is 24/7 climate controlled, has security and everything in the vault, is backed up by PSA's guarantee. So when you open this pack that has the card, you have three different options. You can have the card sent to your house. There's a fee on that, but it's not much. I think it's $9. You can sell the card, and that's where it gets really interesting. You can sell the card to GameStop at 90% of the fair market value, and that market value is determined by Card Ladder, which is one of my favorite softwares. If you watch any of our videos, you see me using it all the time to get prices. So you can sell it, and basically GameStop's making 10%, I guess. They're buying it at 90%. Then there's also a 6% selling fee. So you're out about 16%, but that's pretty close to what you're doing if you're selling on eBay. Like, let's be real, tomato. Then the final option is just to leave it in the PSA Vault under your name. If you have a PSA account, I think you have to sign up for one to do this. So you can always store those cards in the PSA Vault under your name. It's tax-free, and they just live there as your property. So I think the real cool takeaway here is that this is a way of making like real-world loot boxes, basically. PSA and GameStop have created these NFTs that use all the NFT benefits without the baggage associated with NFTs. They seem pretty careful to have kept the phrase NFT off of the website and out of the branding. They tried not to onboard users to crypto, they onboarded crypto to the users. And because this is associated with the PSA Vault, which is another awesome way to store high-end cards and keep them safe, it's bigger than just being able to send cards there. It is potentially a collectibles bank that has been built for you by PSA and GameStop. And again, I don't want to overstate how important Card Ladder is to this process. With a lot of these repack services that offer some kind of buyback, there's no true clarity on how they're calculating value, but since this is done with Card Ladder, there is very transparent numbers. Card Ladder has a database of over 100 million verified sales, and they're updated every single day, so the value moves in real time. This is like eBay, StockX, and Robinhood meets Charizard. And speaking of Charizard, some of the chase cards that we've seen are telling a story. We have 2006 Charizard Gold Star, 2020 Joe Burrow rookies, and 2025 Mew cards. It's a collecting timeline. Modern, present, and future. It seems like they specifically are picking cards that build bridges across generations of collecting. It's definitely not random, it feels super curated. And this is all happening from something that we're calling Push Start Arcade, I think is the name. Power Packs is the first thing you can get at Push Start Arcade, but we're going to go out on a limb and assume that there's a lot more coming. This is going to be some sort of digital coliseum of all kinds of collector-friendly offerings. There could be creator-led drops, live stream rip battles, and it's all going to be gamified commerce that is built on some sort of idea of loyalty systems and a social arcade where your interests are combined with community. I think GameStop is somehow monetizing nostalgia, but doing a lot more than that. They've tokenized collectibles, but they've done it without all the blockchain baggage, and they've enabled instant resale in a way that we haven't actually seen done successfully yet. There's a chance that GameStop just built the most frictionless marketplace for collectors ever. But for now, we do know that this GameStop beta invite is going to be pretty fun, so let's log in and rip some cards. So I'm going to click on this link and it takes me to GameStop. Let's sign in. Their website always takes so long to me. Alright, so we're signed in and I'm going to click on start breaking and let's see what happens. I've spent 10 minutes talking about how cool this is, and now it's actually time to see what's delivered. We got starter packs, silver packs, gold packs, platinum packs for 500. So you got Pokemon or you got football, at least at the starter level. Let's see what's going on with silver. Is it the same for everything? All right, cool. So it looks like the two options, if you're into sports, your only option's football. And if you're into TCG, your option's Pokemon. So here's a breakdown of the values here. It looks like the card value per card ladder, again, is going to be $25 to $35 on 40% of the cards, and $35 to $50 on 30% of the cards. So 70% of the cards are going to be worth less than you're paying for. They're telling you that up front. You're probably, literally probably by definition, going to lose money. And then there's 25% of the cards are worth $50 to $100. So there's a 25% chance you make some money. And then looking at it here, it looks like there's about a 5% chance that you make decent money. That would be north of $100. And just across the board, the odds don't really change a whole lot. They're all about 40%. And looking just across the board, it looks like the odds don't really change that much. They're about 70% you're losing money no matter what. And these odds don't seem amazing, but also, to be fair, we don't necessarily even really know what these odds look like or can't calculate the odds when we open a jumbo box of Topps Chrome 2025, for example. It's not like those boxes are labeled saying there's a 70% chance you're going to lose money here. It's just implied. During my days in grad school, I would have made an EV chart, but now I have ChatGPT that could do it for me. So I said, hi, I'm thinking about buying a digital sports card pack for $50. I'm attaching a breakdown of the values of potential cards. Should I make the purchase? And I obviously added said screenshot. So it calculated value distribution, and it calculated EV, and it said total expected value is 50 to 10. So bottom line is, if I buy these indefinitely, I'm going to average a gain of $2.10. So it does have positive EV, but as chat says, albeit slightly. If you enjoy opening packs, go for it. If you're looking purely for profit, it's borderline. It's not a slam dunk, but it's not a guaranteed loss. And then, as I pointed out earlier, it reminds us that if you're risk averse, remember that 70% of cards are worth less than $50, so you're more likely to lose a bit unless you hit one of the rare higher tiers. GameStop just has to be getting these cards at, steep discounts to make this super profitable for them. So we are going to decide what we want to buy. I'm probably going to buy, let's do 2 starters, 1 silver, and 1 gold. And here's a little bit of financial advice as always. If you're buying something like this, only spend money you have to lose. I don't think I've ever bought a repack and actually made money, and to be fair, that's kind of the experience anytime you're buying sealed sports card product, so, you expect to take the loss, but this is not a smart gamble, as we've defined earlier. So proceed with caution, and proceed just to have some fun. With that said, let's buy one. Alright, football starter pack, got an animation, we got it spinning. I think there's some sounds. Oh, let's turn on the sounds. A 1988 Topps Gem Covert, PSA 10. Card ladder value is $15. So I can sell for $13.50, which is 90% buyback. I can buy another pack, or I can view the card in my collection. So let's check. I don't know who would have ever got this card graded unless they're building the entire set, but I want to go over to eBay and just test their numbers and see how that looks. So it looks like the value of $15 seems pretty fair. That's what they're selling at, almost incredibly consistently. So I could have it shipped to me and sell it and make presumably $15 and sell shipping and pay eBay fees. Or I can sell it for 90% buyback, so we'll probably do that. Yeah, let's just do that right now. I was going to wait on that, but let's do it right now and see what that looks like. So accept buyback. The 6% selling fee is 81 cents, so I make $12.69. If I were to sell it on eBay as a graded slab, of course it's not eligible for the standard envelope. So I would probably, if I sold it like everybody else, you're selling it for what they sell at $15 with $5 shipping. So you sell it at $15, shipping's a wash because you're spending $5 on the shipping. And then with the fees, you're looking at between $1.50 and $2. So it really is very, very close. It's not an expensive enough card to actually matter. So we're going to accept that buyback, finalizing that offer. All right, so payment will initiate shortly and it'll be available in my wallet. So let's buy another pack. All right, $25 pack, let's do it again. We're buying a Pokemon pack this time. This will be the only Pokemon pack I buy, but it'll be more of a fun surprise because I have no idea what's going on with Pokemon cards. It's gold looking. It is Charizard Holo PSA 9, worth $13. Did worse there. Nice. Again though, the price seems pretty accurate. Sells for $13.10 with $6 shipping. Looks like we're selling that one too. Look at me go. I've lost half my money. Alright, now we're going to buy another pack. We're going to go silver this time, and we're going to buy football. So it says the chase cards down here. Caleb Williams. There's some nice cards out there. Some decent high-end cards for... Oh wait, sorry. Those were the starter cards. Here's the silver high-end cards. It's Baker Mayfield auto. Really like that. That's an attractive card. I'm in on Baker this year. It's official. I'm going to stamp my name on that island. Baker Island. Buy pack. $50. Here we go. I get a credit card fraud alert from Visa saying, bro's out here buying digital sports card packs over and over again on the internet. That's sus. Alright, looks like we got a Jaden Daniels Topps Now rookie card PSA 10. Card ladder value, $32. And again, that's really right on the nose. It looks like $31.99 with the delivery. Yeah, it seems to be selling for about $32 with 5 shipping, $37 total. Selling this back to GameStop too. Somebody else is going to get the same card. Selling for $28.20. Alright, let's really go all in here and get a gold pack. Again, if I'm supposed to lose money on 3 out of 4 packs, 70% of them, maybe this will be the one where I actually hit something good. With the golds on football, it looks like you got some pretty nice potential here. CeeDee Lamb rookie, downtown, Tom Brady, Chrome rookie, Jaden Daniels white, checker. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So I'll presumably be hitting one of these in the top row based on how everything's going. Let's buy this pack. All right, here it is, the gold football pack. The animation does at least look cool. We hit a Jerry Kramer card, 1959. It's worth $91. So in terms of losing money, that was the best I did. I only lost $9 there. This one sold for $100 with $5 delivery. I mean, it looks like these cards, I don't want to take 82 for it because I think I can get more than that for it. Plus I just like old vintage stuff. So we're going to view that card in my collection. Hold it for now. It hit me with a, are you sure you want to decline? Don't love that, feels slimy to me. But now here's the really cool part, and I think perhaps the biggest piece of news from all of this. It's integrated with eBay. So now all we have to do to sell on eBay is just click sell on eBay. So now I can pick whether I'm doing an auction or a buy it now. I'm going to do a buy it now. I'm going to do an amount of $104.99, which is more than the PSA estimate. And it even gives me a price breakdown saying the selling fee is going to be $13.65, so I will make $91. But that's significantly more than they were offering to pay me for it. By significantly, I mean $10, but hey, $10 is $10. That could be lunch today. I already lost quite a bit today. Here is the sample listing, the listing preview, and then I just click this and it's listed. And it's being sold by the PSA store. I'm going to optimistically say I can get that $90 for it, because just looking, there's not a ton of these out in the wild, but looking at them, it looks like 2 of the last 3 have sold for about $100, so it doesn't seem crazy that somebody's going to buy it for $100. So in a quick recap, I spent $200 total. I bought 2 $25 packs and I recouped $25 for those. I bought a $50 pack and I got just over half my money back for that. And then I bought the $100 pack and I think I'll get about $90 for that. So in short, I lost $60 in 10 minutes. Real fun. Basically like opening any mega box. Joking aside, I really do like the integration, and obviously there are going to be some decent cards hit. I don't personally love that I bought 4 of them, and every one of them was worth less than I paid, but that's kind of what you expect. And you can always have a couple really high-end expensive cards that's going to kind of fudge the EV towards a more positive expected value than you're paying. So that's the case here. There's a lot of cards that are not worth much at all, and a few of them that are really big boy buck cards. So it's gambling, it is. And if you like ripping cards and, you know, want to take that gamble, then you're more than welcome to check it out. And even though I spent 10 minutes hyping this up, I don't know that I'll personally ever buy another power pack. Had my taste, lost my money, I'm good. But if you hit something big, let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.